Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you so much for coming here today to Burton Barr Library. It's great to see you here as we kick off Heat Awareness Week in the city of Phoenix and in cities and communities all across the state of Arizona. My name's Dave Hondula, and I have the honor of serving as the director of our Office of Heat Response and Mitigation. And we're joined by so many collaborators here at the city, as well as two distinguished guests who I will introduce momentarily. For our media partners, the plan for this afternoon is as follows. We will have remarks from our two distinguished guests, and I'll provide a short closing. We'll then have time for one-on-one interviews with city colleagues, as well as some of our partners from the National Weather Service and the Maricopa Association of Governments. And we do have represented here today many city departments that play a key role in our heat response efforts, including communications, public health, fire, emergency management, library, homeless solutions, and so many more. This group is working together. We are committed to a collaborative and unified effort to improve our heat response programs this year. We firmly believe that heat-related deaths are preventable, and last summer's tragic loss of life has amplified our focus, attention, and investment on this significant public health challenge. We're here today to share additional and new steps we're taking this season as outlined in our heat response plan. And we're also here to encourage the entire community to join us in those efforts. We've heard clear direction from our elected leaders that we must do better, and we're appreciative of additional resources that they've helped to put in place that are already enabling us to do more this heat season. Our first distinguished speaker has a long history of engagement with environmental and sustainability challenges, and as you know, is leading the charge to make Phoenix the most sustainable desert city in the world. In her State of the City address just 2 weeks ago, she highlighted the urgency of addressing our heat health challenges, and we appreciate her joining us here today. Please welcome Phoenix Mayor Kate Gallego.
Good afternoon. Thank you for joining us for this important event. Our summer heat relief efforts are officially underway as we begin high summer temperatures here in the Valley. Although every time we schedule a press event around heat, it's lovely weather. Maybe we've figured it out. Unfortunately, triple digits came early this year, and our partners at the National Weather Service tell us it may be an unusually hot and dry summer. Phoenix residents know the summer heat well, but the season is becoming increasingly severe, especially for our neighbors who are unsheltered, those who work outdoors, or those with health conditions. That means we must be more vigilant and spread awareness about how to keep yourself, your loved ones, and all of our community members safe during extreme temperatures. While the City of Phoenix continues to make significant investments to make our city cooler, we're doubling down to improve resources and services available during summer months. In 2023, heat deaths in Maricopa County doubled from the previous year. Each loss of life is a tragedy, made even more so by the fact that they are largely preventable. All across Arizona, we have to treat heat like the extreme emergency it is and plan year-round, just as other communities do for blizzards, hurricanes, or tornadoes. The City of Phoenix will continue to step up to forge new solutions. This is a public health issue, and although we are not a public health authority, we have a duty to protect those who are the most vulnerable. We've been planning since last summer to make improvements to our heat response. In February, city staff across multiple departments, heat, homelessness, emergency management, public health, library, and others, delivered a comprehensive plan. We want to thank everyone who stepped up across the region. We're joined today by Maricopa Associations of Governments and our federal partners as well. At the City of Phoenix, we recognize the need for cooling centers to be open beyond the 8 to 5 p.m., and we're now providing extended hours at 3 locations across the city, especially during hot stretches. For the first time, the City of Phoenix will provide 2 overnight cooling centers here at Burton Barr Library and at Opportunities West Senior Center at 7th Avenue in Buckeye. The locations were determined based on last summer's heat-related calls for service. We've been open since May 1st and already served about 200 individuals. We have some great success stories. We have 1 individual who is now housed and several who are in shelter. Today, we had someone get a job interview while getting the heat services. Thank you to our incredible partners at Community Bridges and our city staff who've made this possible. We have truly a cross-departmental team who cares about keeping our residents safe and who's working hard to reach residents where they are with creative services and more resources. I'm pleased to be partners with the Maricopa Association of Governments on the Regional Heat Relief Network. The City of Phoenix contributes 60 sites, and there are 100 in the City of Phoenix, including our faith-based and nonprofit partners. Countywide, we have 166, and the list will continue to grow. Thanks to our Office of Innovation, we're working with Downtown Phoenix, Inc. to expand public water stations at our city's core with the intent to ultimately reach pedestrian corridors throughout the city of Phoenix. Very excited about the chilled water service, which will become even more exciting as the temperatures climb. Want to thank Governor Hobbs and the state of Arizona for taking steps to add additional capacity, and I hope that together we'll be able to deliver better outcomes for Arizonans. With that, I'm very colleagues who's said that work in this area is one of his top priorities. He's hit the ground running, and please welcome Councilmember Carlos Galindo Elvira.
I'll be making my remarks in both English and in Spanish. But before I begin, I want to thank Mayor Kay Gallego for her leadership and strong support in bringing attention to heat awareness and resiliency. Antes de hablar sobre el tema del calor y su impacto, quiero agradecerle a la alcaldesa Gallego por su liderazgo y fuerte apoyo en ponerle atención a los riesgos del calor intenso. Last year, Phoenix experienced one of the most extreme summers ever, with 31 consecutive days of temperatures over 110 degrees Fahrenheit. El año pasado, más de mitad de las muertes que fueron asociadas con el calor fueron personas sin hogar. Over half of my term as council member will be during the hot summer months, and I recognize how this weather impacts our vulnerable populations the most. Last year, over half of all heat-related deaths in Phoenix impacted the unhoused. Más de mitad de mi término como concejal será durante el tiempo más caluroso del verano. Reconozco que el calor impactará las poblaciones más vulnerables de nuestra comunidad. Intense summers in Phoenix aren't new, and they're not going to go away. El verano intenso en Phoenix no es novedad, ni tampoco va a desaparecerse. Lot of wind. This year, Phoenix is focused on its continued efforts in preparing for the effects of extreme heat with new resources and services to include a District 7 Point of Pride Burton Bar Library. El enfoque de este año para Phoenix es la preparación para el calor extremo. Un nuevo recurso y servicio en el 7º distrito es la designación de la biblioteca Burton Bar como un centro de descanso y que estará disponible hasta el 30 de septiembre. Last week, a portion of Burton Bar Library was converted into a 24/7 heat respite center, offering air-conditioned resting areas and hydration to community members through September 30th. In addition, Phoenix designated Senior Opportunities West as an overnight respite center and will utilize the Yucca, Choya, and Harmon Library branches as cooling centers with extended hours. También Phoenix ha designado el sitio Senior Opportunities West como un lugar de descanso y usará las sedes de biblioteca Yucca, Choya y Harmon como centros de descanso con horas extendidas. Over 62 Phoenix facilities are part of the County Heat Relief Network this year. Este año, a través de la ciudad de Phoenix, hay más de 62 lugares para proveer descanso del calor. While our work is far from over, I'm grateful for Dr. Hondula's work in partnering with other city departments and external groups in coordinating heat mitigation, as it is necessary to identify heat relief options for all in Phoenix. Aún queda más para hacer acerca de este tema. Estoy agradecido al Dr. Hondula por su trabajo en coordinar con otros departamentos de la ciudad, igual como grupos comunitarios, para combatir el calor y traer opciones para descanso en el calor extremo a todos en Phoenix. Thank you. I'll return it over now to Director of Heat Response and Mitigation, Dr. David Hondula.
Thank you, Mayor and Council Member. And Council Member, while it was very kind of you to call me out by name, it truly is a team approach with so many of our colleagues here today. I feel awkward taking the credit solely up here to my colleagues. Thank you so much. We're all learning a lot together. And I've heard one of my colleagues describe this process as amongst the most collaborative they've seen in their multi-decade career here at the city. And we're so optimistic that's going to produce really positive outcomes for the community. Before we wrap up, just a few additional announcements for you. We are closely monitoring forecasts in collaboration with our weather service partners who are here today. And while we're fortunate just to be in the high 80s, a little bit below normal for this time of the year, we do see higher temperatures in the forecast. And I even heard the bad news. It looks like triple digits again, maybe by the weekend or early next week. And while those temperatures probably aren't yet enough to grab headlines here in Phoenix, they are dangerous, especially early in the heat season. So please take early season heat seriously. Please check on friends and family members. Please look into getting air conditioners checked and repaired. Please ask your pharmacist or doctor if any of the medications you're taking might increase your heat risk. And please call Arizona 211 to learn about so many resources that are available to help our community members get through this hot summer. There are indeed many other components of the city's heat response plan that we haven't discussed with you this afternoon, but invite you to learn about and discuss with us, including initiatives related to hiking safety, renter protections, public outreach and volunteer engagement, worker safety, and much more. And to build just upon the mayor's comments there on the successes we're already seeing at Burton Bar, those are the types of successes that we are after and we anticipate and expect to be replicated time and time again this summer. We're looking not just to prevent heat-related illnesses and deaths, but to make the community stronger and healthier as a whole. To our media partners, we appreciate you being here today and for your continued coverage of this very important health topic. We encourage everyone to stay cool and stay safe this heat season. Thank you.